Hi everyone, today I would like to share with you how I personally invest. Before I begin, I hope you will take my sharing with caution and understand that everyone is at their own stage of life with different circumstances, financial means, and lifestyle. My way of investing is not the best way, nor is it the only right way. What I can say is that this is the accumulation of my own learning and what I deem to be most suitable for me. I hope this video will be beneficial for you for your own investing journey so that you can reanalyze your current investment portfolio or perhaps even spark a new area of learning. I think it is poised for me to begin by going back to the very basic of the word investing. Now, our favorite investing website, Investopedia, has the following definition of investment. Investing is the act of allocating resources or capital, such as money, time, and energy, with the expectation of gaining positive returns in the future. Now, let's look at the current life context that I have right now. I previously worked as a software engineer in Singapore for a couple of years before I started building Recompound late last year. So that the investments that I make are based on my savings as a young working professional. My intention in investing is therefore to ensure that these savings can generate positive returns for me while I continue to accumulate my wealth through my job. With the current financial means that I have, my investments are distributed across three main areas. Those are precious metals, cryptocurrency, and the Indonesian equity. The first asset that I invest is precious metals. Yes, the precious metals like gold and silver bars that you see in the pawn shops. The reason why I invest in precious metals is because it is the origin of money and an asset that is very real. Like you can hold it with your own hands. People often forgot that the origin of the true function of money in of itself. Money at its origin serves three functions: one, medium of exchange; two, store of value; and three, unit of account. Before we have paper currency as you see it today, people in ancient times used commodities such as salt, minerals, stones, and gems, as well as precious metals as money. I am very much interested in precious metals because of its integrity in terms of its real value. Unlike paper money, which has been subjected to printing by our government, questionable fiscal and monetary policy from central banks, there is no way of creating metals out of thin air. You have to mine it using heavy machineries to take it out from the ground up. Now, a note of caution is that people have tried, and to a certain extent, successfully tamper with the supply of precious metals by creating paper gold or silver. But going back to precious metals as an investment asset, I see it as a hedge on our current monetary system that has probably some problems in it as well. Therefore, in periods of high inflation or hyperinflation or a monetary crisis, fiat currencies have the tendency to lose its value and people would believe in real assets again, such as precious metals. Now, the second area of investments that I also am exposed to is cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a very controversial topic. There are many cryptocurrencies projects out there. Some are good, many are bad. Depending on whether you jump into the cryptocurrency bandwagon, some of you may have made a lot of returns, while others may be quite traumatized by the cryptocurrency market in general. I believe in cryptocurrency because I see problems with the way fiat currency is governed today. While central banks have noble intentions in their monetary efforts to maintain acceptable levels of inflation and unemployment, I happen to believe that there might be some value to have a monetary policy that is not as easily tampered by humans. I am also extremely selective in choosing the cryptocurrency project that I'm willing to invest in. The top criteria that I look for in a cryptocurrency project is number one, world-class development team with a proper long-term incentive alignment, as we know that cryptocurrency is probably going to be a generational project. What is the long-term incentive for the key builders of the cryptocurrency project? Are they going to stay for the long term during the bull and the bear market? So I happen to be quite fortunate that I have a software engineer background that allows me to access and give an honest assessment about the GitHub pages where the code of these various cryptocurrency projects usually reside. Now, the second criteria is strong project community governance with a skin in the game. Governance of project needs to be directed by people who has most skin in the game, as this creates a natural system of accountability by design. I imagine if you have a company, but they are governed by an entity that does not own any shares to that company, you might soon realize that the company will make questionable decisions that might be detrimental to its long-term survival. Number three important criteria is privacy assurance. The main component of cryptocurrency is to be fungible. If they are not private, third-party institutions can potentially censor your payment. Let's say ask a miner to refuse to mine a block with your transaction from your address, because your coins might have a few hops with other dubious entities, although you are not at all involved with them. Number four, which is the top criteria of my criteria of selecting a cryptocurrency, is scalability and use cases. What is the real world use case that these cryptocurrencies might have? Right now, the only use case that I see for cryptocurrencies is cross-border payment. But besides that, it is still quite difficult for me to grasp other use cases that are not too speculative in nature. In a nutshell, these are the points that I look for in a cryptocurrency project. I'm very well aware that I might be too naive when I have these criteria by myself. But what I know is that it is quite likely that cryptocurrency is here to stay. Finally, I also have a significant exposure in the Indonesian equity because I believe in investing in good businesses that create value. So I treat my investments in equity as such. I just imagine my relatives wanting to do their own business, and then they come to me and ask if I can invest in them because they have plans to further expand their business operations. Now, if these relatives of mine are people with proven track record who are really serious in running their business and are able to demonstrate financial prudence in difficult times, for example, of course I will want to invest in such businesses. That is why I don't really have that much appetite for trading, like intraday trading, scalping, FOMO investing, or speculative investing. You may make money from such practices, in my opinion, but I don't think in the long run you can reliably and sustainably win from such an investment approach. Now, I also am exposed to Indonesian equity, although I have invested in the US Chinese or Chinese equities in the past as well. The reason is that I see a huge potential for growth in the Indonesian equity market, which has a very huge domestic market, a growing middle class, and I think that our economy is poised for growth at least for the next 20 years. This is simply too big of an opportunity for me to miss, especially as a youngster like me. This is coupled with the fact that there are a lot of great companies in Indonesia that is still largely undervalued. Companies with excellent management, serving a huge population, but they are relatively still unknown. These companies are the ones that I am personally very attracted to. Now, how do I invest in the Indonesian equity market? Of course, the way is through Recompound. Recompound is built to serve busy professionals like me, myself, who do not have the time to learn nor monitor the market all the time, although actually I have the time to monitor the market all the time for you guys. I do not have a separate investing account. All my investments in the Indonesian equity market is through Recompound. And therefore, you can think of me as a Recompound client as well. When I talk to many potential clients, a lot of them have a number of issues when it comes to building trust. Are we going to scam them, or is there any way that we are going to buy dubious stocks like saham gorengan? So that's why we carefully design Recompound in such a way that we secure the security and transparency of our clients, and we make sure that all of their funds is at their own hands at all times, and we do not have access nor control over their investment account. And at the end of the day, I'm also a Recompound client, so if your portfolio is experiencing drawdown, chances are my portfolio is also experiencing a drawdown. At the end of the day, investing is about identifying the right opportunity. If I were to be very pedantic, I would not classify my exposure to precious metals and cryptocurrencies as investments per se, but rather as an opportunity for me to diversify my wealth. My investments are also not strictly limited to investing in stocks with money, but also investing my time and energy in building Recompound so that I can harness and learn new skills, such as, writing a blog post and making YouTube videos, for example, and new hobbies that I might find value in time to come. Thank you very much for tuning in this video. I hope you managed to learn something from this, and I also hope to learn something from you. If you have things to share, new perspective, or even your own investing experience, do share them in the comment section below. I am eager to listen to learn what you have to say.